what we're out here.
I'll even give you a working example of how it's a good thing to be separate and divide. If you look at the Chinese and the Japanese, these people do not mix
At all.
at all. Look at China. China are just China. They do China, right? They don't say, "Oh, all nations come in, let's be one."
Right.
It's us.
Yeah, but
listen one second.
Oh, sorry.
It's us as a people who have gone through this,
Yeah.
who have been beaten to death, who
Yeah.
don't know our identity, who have been told we need to be together.
Together, yeah.
Because if we're not together, then you guys, you know, we're not going for the same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But when we tried to set up our thing by ourselves, guess what happened?
They kill us.
Guess what happened?
Yeah, they kill. Yeah.
When we tried to set up Tulsa,
I was just
Oklahoma,
about to go there. Have you heard of the Tulsa, Oklahoma?
Not really being allowed.
we
Exactly.
never.
People have Kwanzaa,
Have you,
and it's just for the
Kwanzaa's not in the Bible.
Auntie, have you heard?
But I'm just saying, it's an occasion where people go to and they say it strictly.
People say the same thing about carnival. All of that is not in the Bible.
Let me just continue this. So so Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Go to and say
Right.
Have you ever heard of Tulsa, Oklahoma?
Tulsa in the United
in
States.
the United States, Oklahoma.
There was a massacre.
Just after slavery, they said that we're supposed to segregate ourselves. Keep this. You niggas, we don't want nothing to do with you.
Right.
Do your own thing.
Right.
What we started doing was starting to get our community together
Yeah.
and establishing a wall. It's called Black Wall Street.
Wall Street.
That's what I remember.
And we established
Yeah.
our own financial center hub.
We had doctors,
We had
hotels, everything.
And
you could get.
what started happening was their Wall Street couldn't compete with what we were doing,
Yeah.
and ours was going through the roof.
Yeah.
So what they did was they said that, you know,
Some woman was raped
interfered
or
with,
something like that.
blah, 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 and that exploded into a massive riot. So much so that they had planes flying over Tulsa, Oklahoma, dropping bombs from the planes,
Bombs everywhere.
and they burned all the buildings.
Yeah.
And then what they said was, "Oh, you guys need to come back into that and join back up with us."
They realized they needed us.
They realized that
They need us more than we need them.
First of all, they said segregate. Then when we realized what was going on, they said, "Oh no,
come back.
you're not allowed to segregate because you do your own thing."
But yet, even though they bring us together, they still want us. They still say no blacks allowed.
Yeah.
They still.
Don't it? That's how it goes when you wanna participate in evil. Niggas never learn. Lord try to speak, but you niggas never heard. So it's time that you feel and you have to make it burn. Burn, down to the core. Won't answer your calls or answer the door. Gotta watch some other nigga take away what's yours.
Romans 12, and start at verse 7.
Even the bloody, you would assume to be a Hamite,
She wanted
had
to
more,
be, yeah.
had more knowledge, more ears than him. But the scriptures say that anyway, innit?
Right. That our people wouldn't be wanting to listen.
Yeah. What do you want? Sorry.
Romans 12 and verse 7.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 7.
Right.
Romans 12 and verse 7.
Right.
Our ministry, let us wait on our ministering, or he that teacheth on teaching, or he that exalteth on exaltation.
Right.
He that giveth, let him do it with simplicity.
Right.
He that ruleth with diligence, he that showeth mercy with cheerfulness.
Right. Go on.
Let love be without dissimulation. Dissimulation. Abhor that which is evil. Cleave to that which is good.
Right. Keep going.
Be kindly affection one to another.
So that's what we're supposed to be doing right now in the last day. We're supposed to be kindly, affectionate one to another. Go on. Keep reading.
With brotherly love.
With brotherly love.
In honor.
In honor.
Preferring one another.
Doing what?
Preferring one another.
So we're supposed to prefer one another. We're not supposed to prefer these other nations. We're not supposed to get with these other nations. Right? We're not supposed to be intermingling with these other nations because God said so. We're supposed to prefer one another. Read that last bit again. Verse 10.
Verse 10.
Go on.
Be kindly affection one to another.
Go on.
With brotherly love.
With brotherly love.
In honor.
In honor.
Preferring one another.
Preferring one another. Go on.
Not slothful in business. Fervent in spirit.
Right.
Serving the Lord.
Serving the Lord.
Rejoicing in hope.
Right?
Patient in tribulation.
Can't. That's it on that. That's it on that. So we're supposed to prefer one another. Did you know that, sis?
I wonder where it's coming from. I was in that woman's shop and said, "Do you agree?"
That's what we're attracting the right people with this.
And she said, "Oh, it's this friend." I said, "No, you just killed him."
Frankincense and myrrh, because we know God likes that smell. So every Sabbath
nice.
we bring out the word and we've got that burning up.
Okay.
Do you believe in the Bible, sis?
Lovely. Oh, I love the Bible, yeah.
You do believe in the Bible, so you believe in God, right?
Is that Ethiopian
I
cross?
don't believe in God. I know this God.
You don't believe in God. What does that
I
mean?
believe is have doubt. To know is not to have no.
Oh no, okay, I can agree with that. We know there's a God. We know there's God, and we believe in Him as well. We believe in everything that He speaks about in His Word.
Without
right?
doubt.
Without a
Believe
doubt.
what he does. Believe what he says.
Okay, so do you know there's Christ? Do you believe in what Christ
I
said?
love Christ's teachings very nice.
Okay.
Is that Ethiopian cross?
I believe it is, yeah. I believe it's an Ethiopian cross.
Can I ask where you're from originally?
Africa.
What part of Africa?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Oh,
I was originally from Africa. Where?
Of course, we all was.
Caribbean
I was
island?
born in Barbados.
Okay, all praises.
I'm not trying to be funny. You did ask where I was.
That's fair, that's fair, that's fair. How did your people get to Barbados? Do you
I'm
know?
from Trinidad, so.
Shit, I would think.
Shit, that's right. Slave ships, something like this, something like that right here,
Yeah.
right? Now, why did that happen?
Well, I think it's in Genesis where God says, if we didn't change our ways, that He would send us to. In Genesis, it's very terrible. You know?
It's in Deuteronomy.
It says that we would eat our own if we don't change our ways, and then we will be sent
Right.
to be servants to other people.
I think you're referring more to the curses in Deuteronomy.
I'm not referring to the curse of
Deuteronomy 28. No. That's after
Oh,
that.
is it Deuteronomy?
Deuteronomy, yeah.
I remember reading. I didn't remember reading. I read a few times, but I forgot I'd read that.
Okay.
And then it was a bit of a shock to say. And then I said, it must be us, because there's not many people that's going to admit to
Oh, praises.
cannibalism.
Right. And we did that.
They said we did that.
No, we actually did, because there's
I know we did, 'cause the Bible says
especially our northern tribe, the northern brothers, like the Mexicans, the Native Americans, they went into they also Israelites. They went into slavery first. So part of their curses was to actually become cannibals. So they were doing that. There's a film called Apocalypto that goes into a little bit of the history. But I want to read something what Christ said, right? And then we're going to go
believe
to.
most nations were, but they're not going to admit to it.
Of course not. I want to read what Christ said. Go to John 8 and 11, and I want to read something about slavery and why it happened to us. Because think about it. Why did slavery only happen to so-called black people? Why have I never seen white people going to slavery on slave ships?
They did,
No, on slave ships.
Oh, not in this horrific way.
Not that many.
Exactly.
Ours is very horrific.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Brutal.
Because
It's prophesied in the Bible.
they wanted us to forget who we were. Like these people said, put us off from our paths.
That's true. That's what God said,
We're the
though.
only ones who don't know our true names.
That's spot on, sis. That's spot on. But that's because
Chinese slavery,
they don't know where to go back to. Exactly.
Indians, same thing.
Exactly. We don't know.
When you ask me, where am I originally from? I know where I'm from.
There's a reason why I asked you that. It's to spark this conversation, because we're the one that's been stripped away from our lineage.
It's
Why?
mad.
Because we disobey God's laws, and really because we're God's chosen people. That's why.
You know, it's mad.
Go on.
The incense brought around there.
Yeah,
We still have
that's
ears
amazing.
now.
Listen to what Christ said, right? John 8 and start is it 11? Where's 11? Yeah, start at 11.
John chapter 8,
Oh, sorry,
verse
start at 10.
John chapter 8, verse 10.
Right.
When Jesus had lifted up himself and saw none but the woman, he said unto her, Woman, where are those thine accusers? Hath no man condemned thee?
So some people brought this woman and said she's committed adultery, right? Keep reading.
She said, No man, Lord. And Jesus said unto her,
Right.
Neither do I condemn
Neither
thee.
do I condemn thee. What?
Go and sin no more.
Go and sin no more. Meaning go and stop sinning. Now question is, what is sin?
Nobody do it again.
What is sin, sis?
Well, I think Christ points out adultery is one of the sins.
Of course, it's one of them. But
Said it's the only reason for divorce, isn't it? Adultery.
yeah. But did you know that if you were to eat pork, did you know that that would be a sin?
I don't eat pork.
What about like
Only because
crabs and
only because God said that it has it's unclean.
It's
because of the
unclean.
worms in it.
Exactly.
And we can't see with the open eye.
Exactly.
It grows into people's brains.
Exactly. Oh praises.
So
You're a
it's-
righteous woman right there.
You're doing yourself a dishonor by eating it because you're going to actually end up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What about
But our
shrimps?
people, they do tend to boil it very good.
It doesn't change it. If God said
I think
God
the reason
man
why, because our people don't eat pork a lot. And obviously when I was a child, my mother did.
yeah, of course, same.
Barbados.
Yeah.
Black pudding and sauce.
Yeah.
But as you get older, you realize, you read the Bible, you hear this, it said God said nobody with it. And it's because it's unclean. Then you research when you know it's because of these little worms.
Yes, I love brother.
Good to see you again, bro.
Yeah, I'm
Say.
telling you, bro. That's what you just say. Yeah, just go buy like that.
We need to edify the sister real quick.
Oh, yeah, I know the brain. I know you. I'm good.
I saw you, I recognized you. I was like, yeah, I've done this throw, man. I remember the throw.
So yeah, that's why I don't eat it because of the
Yes, bro.
God said nobody bother with it. And the crabs and
Shit, I forgot your name, man. It's been that long. I've got you on Instagram and everything.
I'm not on there
How you
anymore.
doing,
You
bro?
good though?
Yeah, I'm good, man. You?
I was little man.
Yeah, it's good, man. Got a little one on the way as well. No, let me give you a flyer, bro. We're out here teaching our people that we're actually the Israelites, according to the Bible. We have to start keeping God's commandments in the last days, all right? God bless you, King. Good to see you,
Respect,
man.
bro.
yeah, and the fish without the scales.
Exactly, because they don't have fins and scales.
I think people are misunderstood when Peter had the dream, had the vision,
Right.
and God put everything there. So
That's
and
what
the sister
Christianity.
said, yeah, go to the Gentiles. But some people say, God said everything clean.
Yeah. When really, what was he talking about there? What was he talking? Was he talking about food or was he talking about man?
He was saying to Peter, go to because the Israelites always had the Gentiles, the Samaritan, everybody else is unclean.
The Israelites became Gentiles because they were disobeying.
They have to go to the Gentiles. He said to Peter, take the word to the Gentiles
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. But who are those Gentiles?
They didn't used to go to the Gentiles.
That's right, because the Jews and the northern tribe, they had no dealings with each other. Go to let's deal with that actually. Go to
Hosea.
No, go to Hosea. Is that what you said? Hosea 4.
4 and 17, yeah?
Start a bit earlier.
Okay. So book of Hosea, chapter 4, when the wind stops messing about. Chapter 4 and verse
Let me see. Start at 15. Yeah, come on.
Hosea
Listen
4 and
to this,
15. Though thou Israel play the harlot, yet let no Judah offend.
Yet let not Judah offend. Showing you what? There was a split in the kingdom. There was Jews, which is the northern tribe, and Israel, that was Jews, that was the southern tribe, and Israel was the northern tribe. So Hosea, he's prophesying to the Jews right here. Right? He's from the northern tribe himself. Go on, read that from the top.
And come not,
When it said, let no Judah offend.
Let no Judah offend, meaning let not the Jews, the southern tribe.
Judah, that's
Judah is, when it says Judah, it's speaking about the northern tribes. Because within Judah, you had
Southern,
Benjamin. Southern, sorry. Within Judah, you had Benjamin and you had Levi.
Yeah, Judah did offend, didn't they?
They did eventually, yes. But keep reading.
Unfortunately.
let not Judah offend, and come not ye unto Gilgal,
Right,
neither go ye up to Beth-aven,
right.
nor swear the Lord liveth. For Israel slideth back as a black sliding heifer.
As a backsliding effort. So Israel slid back. They went back into idolatry. You're going?
Now the Lord will feed them as a lamb in a large place.
Right.
Ephraim is joined to idols.
When it says Ephraim, it's talking about the northern tribe. Because Ephraim was the head of that tribe. Keep reading
Northern
again?
Kingdom.
Yeah.
Can.
Ephraim joined to idols.
Ephraim is joined to idols. Let him alone.
Let him alone. Meaning don't deal with Ephraim anymore. You see your brothers on the north,
That's Joseph-
don't deal with them. They're no longer...
Joseph's son, innit, Ephraim?
Yeah.
That's right. They went into idolatry. So God is letting us know, don't deal with them no more.
Okay.
Right? And stick with, just you keep my commandments. So when we go to Acts now,
10.
Acts 10, yeah, Khan. When you go to Acts now, let's read from the beginning, then you're going to jump to 28, I think, 27 or 28.
So Acts 10.
Yeah.
At that time, they don't do it anymore.
At that time, yes, don't deal with them
This
anymore.
time we have to love even our
Of
enemies.
course, that's what Christ came to die.
We have to like love even our enemies.
No, but the enemies that we're supposed to love, who do you think that
That's
is?
how you know that that's coming from God. 'cause
Who's the enemies that we're supposed to love?
say that.
Who's the enemies that we're supposed to love? Who is the enemies that we're supposed to love?
I think your enemies are just generally people who don't have good intentions on you.
Those enemies are our own people. Because, for example, when we're out preaching right now, before you came, there was another so-called black man, like an Israelite, just like us. He was against us, though. He was saying like
people.
No, we've got
against you.
no, but the people Christ said to love, when he said loves your enemies, he's talking about our own people, the enemies within our own people. So, are you saying? Do you think we're supposed to love the white man who did this to us?
What profits it a man to only love those who love him?
No, but
Where are you putting on the Christ? That's what Christ
sis,
says.
the enemies that.
How can you be put on the Christ if you only love those who love you?
Yeah, but the people that hate, some of our own people hate us.
Yeah.
So
Some of our own people, they're in Christian churches today. They hate the fact that we teach the Bible. We still love them. They're the people we're supposed to love.
Okay.
Now these other nations, for what
the
they
person who's slave, you know.
no, we're not commanded to.
Some of them are alright.
No,
Yes.
all of them are going into slavery.
Some of them are alright.
Do you think some of them are not going to go into slavery?
I don't know about that. I'm just saying, if Christ has set the precedent to say that is your total enemy.
Can you give me Revelations 2 and 26?
Enemy then.
Who?
It don't mean to say you have to, you're like, oh, love it. It just means that you just
We can't leave.
any bad
Salakia,
feelings
I've
that
got you holding
have
too, but
inside
can
of
you go to Romans
Any bad feeling that you have
12
inside of you
and verse 19?
It's going to
Romans 12 first.
is going
Bakasha.
to make you ill. Make you
Yeah,
sick.
right.
You're not going to be able to look your fellow man in the eye because it's, So you don't want that feeling.
I understand what you're saying. That we go off what the Bible said. We don't go off our feelings.
Christ don't want that.
We don't go off our feelings.
That's why it says love your enemy. What about the Good Samaritan? They weren't supposed to look at the
The Samaritan woman.
wait a minute. The Good Samaritan helped. I think was it Israelite help? He helped somebody.
Auntie, can we deal with one thing at a time? Because we could deal with all.
We can deal with all of that, but let's deal with.
Let me just bring this, and then I can drop this.
Go on.
This Ephesians 2 and 14.
Go on.
It says, "For he is our peace, who hath made both one, and hath broken down the middle wall of partition between us, having abolished in his flesh the enmity, even the law of commandments contained in ordinances, for to make in himself of twain one new man,
Right.
so making peace."
So Christ has brought down that middle wall between the northern and the southern tribes, so we no longer have to be giving sacrifices for all of our sins, because he became that ultimate sacrifice. So now when we acknowledge him as our sacrifice, that's how we repent. That's how we get right with God. We don't actually have to give animal sacrifices anymore. So that's what Christ came to get done away with. So we still have to keep the commandments, but we don't give sacrifices anymore, physical sacrifices. Now I want to read that Romans. Listen to this, Romans 12 and 19.
Karen, it's the book of Romans chapter 12 and 19.
Go on.
Dear beloved, avenge not yourself,
Go on.
but rather give place unto wrath.
So like you start 18.
Verse 18. If it be possible,
If it's possible,
as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men.
we have to live peaceably with all men. So just because we know who our enemy is and we know
Doesn't
God
mean we
hates
get
them,
violent.
doesn't mean we're gonna get violent with them. We're gonna treat them nice. That doesn't mean doesn't mean I love you like I love you, my sister. Like
Doesn't mean you have to trust them.
Doesn't mean I have to trust them. If I had to choose between you and a so-called white man, I'm gonna choosing you all day, every day. It don't matter what you did, because I love my people. Even if you hated me,
Can I ask you a question?
go ahead.
So don't you think that God made white man?
Yes, he did, but he hates them though. Did you know that? Go to Rome. Go to Malachi. Let's read. Let's see what he said. Let's see what he said. Let's see what he said.
There's good and bad in
I agree with you, but God decided he hated Esau. Did you know that?
Yes.
So how can we?
Esau.
So we can't change that. We can't now think, oh
Esau
well,
and Jacob were brothers.
yes.
You know, Jacob, but they
And
were brothers.
but then what did he do with Esau?
They weren't of different.
There were two nations though. There were two nations.
But they were in different countries with two brothers.
Yeah, but that's irrelevant whether they're two brothers or not. The point was, you said, did God create the white man? I said yes, but he hates them as well.
You hate the whole of Esau?
Yes,
Or just Esau?
all of them. Let's show you. Go to
Because
Malachi.
Esau still got a blessing into it.
Just because you get a blessing doesn't mean God loves you. Just because God blessed Esau, yes,
He hated Esau.
but he hates him though.
Because of what Esau did.
No.
But that don't mean say Esau.
We're gonna show you.
You're not gonna say
God
the
hated
same.
Esau before he even did any good or bad. I'm gonna show you that. Let's read. We're going to show you. I'm not just saying it.
I read it.
But if you read it, why are you saying he hated him because he did good and bad? It had
Cognitive
nothing to do
dissonance,
with
innit?
what he did.
Yeah.
He didn't. We're going to show you.
Yeah.
You might have missed that part. Malachi 1 and 4.
So look at Malachi,
Start at 2.
Not the man of the spirit.
chapter 1 and verse 2.
Listen to this.
I have loved you, saith the Lord.
Right?
Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us?
Right. This is, go on.
Was not Esau Jacob's brother?
Brother, yet
Saith the
what?
Lord. Yet I loved Jacob.
Go on.
And I hated Esau.
No, but God loves everyone.
No, I hated Esau.
Go on.
And laid his mountains and his heritage waste
Right.
for the dragons of the wilderness.
Keep going.
Whereas Edom saith, we are
Whereas
impoverished.
Edom saith, we are impoverished. That's not talking about the man Esau anymore. It says Edom, meaning the whole nation of Edom.
Plus it says,
We are impoverished.
plus it says, laid his mountains and his heritage waste.
See that? His mountains and his heritage waste. Keep reading. We are impoverished.
Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished.
Right.
Verse 4. But we will return and rebuild the desolate places.
So they say they're gonna come back and build the desolate place. That's what they've done. They've rebuilt the whole of Europe, the Americas. That's Esau rebuilding. Keep going.
The desolate places, thus saith the Lord,
Right.
Lord of hosts,
Yeah.
they shall build,
They will build.
but I will throw down.
Moses is gonna destroy it.
And they shall call,
And they shall call
and
what?
they shall call them,
They shall call what?
the border
No,
of,
they shall call
call them
the whole nation of Esau. Go on.
the border of wickedness.
Go on.
And the people
And the
against,
what?
and the people,
And the people, not the man, the people.
the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever.
The Messiah hates them forever. You can't change that. It don't matter how you feel. That's what I say. We don't go off emotions. We go off what thus saith the Lord.
This is-
I'm getting a bit confused here.
Go on.
This is,
What's the
Isaiah.
confusion?
What's
Like, hold on.
Shem and Japheth, the three nations?
Brothers.
Africa, Asia, and Europe.
The starting off.
That's what it started as. That's where the land they were given at.
Africa, Asia, and Europe is the sons of Noah
Yes.
and Shem and Japheth.
Yeah.
And isn't Japheth the European nation?
No.
Esau came and conquered and took over
the
those
Romans.
lands. That he even came and conquered and took our place and said that he's the Israelite. The people in Israel today, do you think they're the Israelites?
Israel.
No.
In Israel today.
I thought that's what happened. Africa is the first.
So,
was the beginning.
so in history, when you have the Romans, I think it was up to Nero. I think he was the last Jephite Roman ruler. And after that, Esau supplanted himself in the Roman nations.
Right.
And then forward, you get.
So Esau is going from the Roman.
So at a certain point in the Roman
A certain point, yeah.
dynasty, he takes
The
over.
Romans, obviously, you'd have to get slashed.
I mean, yeah.
They are coming from the wicked seed.
Yeah, 100%.
They have done some wicked acts, still, really.
So that's why the Roman went from. At one point, the Roman went from multiple tribes living in Italy to being a one united empire, leading under an emperor. And then I think it was.
This is what Michael. Sorry, go on.
And I think it was Nero at that stage, that point forward. I could be mistaken, could be a bit before, but that point forward, the descendants of Esau actually infiltrated and then became the senators and all the leaders in the Roman Empire.
The Roman Empire is from Esau.
Yeah. The current Roman Empire that we know. Yes.
Know that.
Yeah.
So
that's
this
what
is-
Esau does. He's a vagabond. He goes around, he takes land,
Usurps different
and he sits in your
peoples.
place and he says he's the guy now. He's the Israeli now. He's the Australian. He's the European.
No. But, so if Esau is the original Roman,
Not the original.
Not the original.
No.
No.
He
Ones that we know today.
He became and identified as Roman
Yeah.
from a point onwards.
Yeah.
But you were right. Before that, there was Japhites
That's
in
right.
that region.
That's right.
But when the Edomites went in there and started conquering under Alexander and such, then they became Edomite descendants, and then they went in further into Europe, and then they supplanted themselves in the places of power and became. We're not saying that the Japhites don't still exist.
Are they the pirates then?
Who?
Edomites.
You can call them the pirates of the earth.
Pirates
really.
of the land, really.
Where does the original Romans come from?
So the original were Japhites. The original Romans would have been Japhites, those tribes before Esau took over. Because Esau, what he does is he goes in places of power and overtakes, like, for example, Herod. He became the king of Judah.
The Romans are even more wicked than
Because-
Esau tribe.
No, because the Romans are Esau now.
Yeah.
There was a time that there wasn't, and before that period, you'll see that they didn't operate the same way. And then when Esau took over,
They kind of blend together, with.
well, they didn't blend together. They just usurped the authority of the Japhites.
Yeah.
So now you're thinking that the Japhites, when actually they didn't. Even in Saudi Arabia, you think some of them are as Arabs, but when you look in their lineage, it's actually Edomites. But they look like Arabs because Esau married into the lineage of Ishmael, and then he had family members that obviously. But this is what I want.
It's more than Romans, isn't it? That with the Roman Catholics that went to Africa.
Oh yeah.
But Edom-
They're all one nation though.
It's Edom.
You had Belgium, you had France, you had United Kingdom.
Yeah, it's Edom. They're all Edomites, basically.
Yeah.
But the Romans are pretty terrible because they have the wrong religion and they cause a lot of people to have the wrong religions.
Because it's the border.
I'm just saying,
So-
they're the ones who are really evil.
The Bible says when they came into power, evils multiplied on the earth. When the white man came into power, evils multiplied, meaning there was a lot more evil going on at that time.
And you can see that in the Roman Empire existence when they first started, their level of wickedness at one point just went through the roof.
Yeah.
And it just was going to places, overtaking and conquering it.
Yeah.
And it's decimating the land, taking the wealth, and setting up, establishing bases and empires in their lands, etc., etc. But when you look before that, a certain period, it was not that ruthless or that grim in the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
But can I read this? Isaiah 40 and verse 17. It says, all nations before him are as nothing,
Right.
and they are counted to him less than nothing,
This is all nations outside of the Israelites.
and vanity. To him, them will he liken, to whom then will he liken God? Or what likeness will ye compare unto him?
Right.
The workman melteth a graven image. It goes on to difference on there, but
Right.
just showing you that how just in the Bible alone that all nations, God shows us as nothing apart from the Israelites.
They're the only ones that matters. And I want to show
Yeah, even there, Moses only went for 2 seconds and they
the style. Yeah, exactly. And that's what, as a nation, spiritually, that's what we do. Whenever things start to go a little bit left for us, we go straight into doing the old wickedness that we were doing instead of trusting in the Lord. That's the thing that we're not doing in the last days. But I wanted to show you why we actually went into slavery, right? The reason behind us going into slavery. I'm sure you're aware of that, bro. What's your name? What's your name? Terry. I'm Benaiah, man. Because I'm trying to show the sister
I went to slavery.
why we went into slavery on slave ships, to be specific. Because the Bible speaks about a people, the Israelites, it says they would go into slavery on slave ships, specifically, and on ships. When you look throughout history, nobody went into slavery on slave ships but the so-called black man.
Yeah, but from slave. Okay.
Can I just read this last before we get into that topic? This is
Second Ezra.
2 Ezra chapter 6 and verse 55. It says, all this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou hast made the world for our sakes.
For the Israelites' sakes. For the Most High made the world, this world that you see he created, he made it for us to govern.
So we're the chosen people.
That's right. That's right.
As for the other people,
As for the other nations,
which also come of Adam,
they also come off Adam.
thou hast said, they are nothing.
No, there's something.
They are nothing.
God said the other nations are nothing. Go on.
But like unto spittle,
They're like spit. You know when you spit out your mouth, God said these other nations, that's what they're like unto him. Let it finish.
and has likened the abundance of them
You take their whole existence,
unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
their whole existence is like you having a big bucket of water and then some of the water falls off. You're not gonna worry, let me pick up my water and put it back. You're not gonna worry about that. You just keep moving. That's what God said their whole existence is like. Compared to his chosen people, us. It's hard to think that because we've been
But listen, but here's what I'm saying, sister. Can you hear me out here? So it's saying when you have a chosen people, that one's a chosen. That one's. Guess what you've got there? You've got divide.
Of course.
And, divide and conquer.
Give me
You have divide. You have division.
Genesis 32 and 8.
That brings division.
God divided people.
Yeah,
God
but-
never brought us all together.
Yeah, but division causes when there's oneness, in oneness, there's togetherness. Everyone's one, but division.
Terry, let me tell you something. This whole oneness, everybody comes together, that's the white man's ideology. The only reason he's pushing that and we believe that is because it makes us feel like we can be part of something that they're doing.
No.
God doesn't want us to mix
Can I
with
give
them.
you? Can I give you a worldly example? One.
Please let me finish what I'm saying. But so if there's only one here, right? This one ain't gonna fight. There's no one for it to fight against. There's no one for it to fight against. But once you split, it becomes two.
Yeah.
So there's division.
Yes.
And you get conflict.
That's what God wants.
Can I give
God
him?
wants conflict.
Terry,
Yes.
can I?
Hold
Terry,
on.
can show you that.
Please.
Terry.
God wants conflict.
Yes.
Terry.
And we actually wants please. And we actually wants what you're saying. God wants conflict.
We can show you that.
Right,
Terry,
okay,
can
right, go on then.
I can show
Terry,
you.
can I give you an example
Yeah,
that?
God wants conflict. I didn't know that. I've never heard that.
We're gonna show you. We're gonna show you.
He's not come for.
Exactly. What did Christ say he's come for?
I didn't hear
To
the
divide.
Against his son, the mother.
Christ came to divide.
I didn't know this.
Right, so
That's what we're arguing.
I'll even
That's what
give
we're
you,
here.
I'll even give you a working example of how it's a good thing to be separate and divide. If you look at the Chinese and the Japanese, these people do not mix
At all.
at all. Look at China. China are just China. They do China. Right? They don't say, oh, all nations come in, let's be one.
Right.
It's us.
Yeah, but
listen
not-
1 second.
Oh, sorry.
It's us as a people who have gone through this,
Yeah.
who have been beaten to death, who
Yeah.
don't know our identity, who have been told we need to be together.
Together, yeah.
Because if we're not together, then you guys, you
Yeah.
know, we're not going for the same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
But
yeah.
when we tried to set up our thing by ourselves, guess what happened?
They kill us.
Guess what happened?
Yeah, they kill. Yeah.
When we tried to set up Tulsa,
I was just
Oklahoma,
about to go there. Have you heard of the Tulsa, Oklahoma?
we never.
Exactly.
When,
Exactly.
have you,
And it's just for the
Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa's not in the Bible.
Auntie, have you heard?
But I'm just saying it's an occasion where people go to and they say it strictly.
Look
People say the same thing about carnival. All of that is not in the Bible.
Let me just continue this. So let me. So Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Go to and say
Right.
Have you ever heard of Tulsa, Oklahoma?
Tulsa in the United
in
States.
the United States, Oklahoma.
There was a
Just
massacre.
after,
that happened.
slavery, they said that we're supposed to segregate ourselves. Keep this. You niggas, we don't want nothing to do with you.
Right.
Do your own thing.
Right.
What we started doing was starting to get our community together
Yeah.
and establishing a wall. It's called Black Wall
Black
Street.
Wall Street.
That's what I remember.
And we established
Yeah.
our own financial center hub.
We had doctors,
We had
hotels, everything.
And
you
what
could get.
started happening was their Wall Street couldn't compete with what we were doing,
Yeah.
and ours was going through the roof.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what they did was they said that, you know,
Some woman was raped
interfered
or
with,
something like that.
blah, 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 and that exploded into a massive riot. So much so that they had planes flying over Tulsa, Oklahoma, dropping bombs from the planes,
Bombs everywhere.
and they burned all the buildings.
Yeah.
And then what they said was, oh, you guys need to come back into
Right.
that and join back up with us.
They realized they needed us.
They realised that.
They need us more than we need them.
First of all, they said segregate. Then when we realised what was going on, they said, oh, no,
come back.
you're not allowed to segregate because you do your own thing.
But yet, even though they bring us together, they still want us. They still say no blacks allowed.
Yeah.
They still want you over there and them over here.
Carnival, for example, this is a wicked example, but Carnival, for example, is our own thing to celebrate our history from coming out of slavery in an unrighteous way. Who wants to get involved? Everyone wants to get involved. Why? This is nothing to do with you. You guys caused this.
That's why did you see that?
Yeah, you guys caused this.
On a deeper level, though, carnival is not even our thing.
Yeah, Carnival is
Carnival
not
is not our thing. No.
It's a wicked thing
Yeah, I believe so.
because it's a celebration of a thing called Bacchus, which
Bacchanalia.
Back in the beginning.
which the Greeks did for a pagan god
Yeah.
or ruler.
They would get naked.
Bacchanal.
They'll get naked.
Trinidad,
and
they call it
dance and
Bacchanal,
have,
pure Bacchanal.
have orgies. It was wicked.
Mix up, just like the Christmas.
Well, we get that because they gave it on. They gave it on to us.
You was going to tell us about slavery.
Yeah.
Right, we're gonna get to
Yeah,
that
yeah.
now.
How long will it take? Because I've got.
It'll be two verses. Go to Deuteronomy 28.
This is the book of Deuteronomy.
read verse 15.
Deuteronomy. I think the same God in the Bible. It'll be in Genesis. So not Genesis, the beginning.
Yeah.
That God. How can you have Genesis and then you can have a part 2?
There is no part 2.
I'm talking about since 2000.
Genesis 1 and 2.
Genesis
It's on
1.
the internet. Genesis 1 and Genesis 2 is two different versions of the version.
What? It's all one book though. The Genesis is all one book.
Okay then.
The Bible.
Okay, so you got the Old Testament and the New Testament. How can two change? How can you have one?
It's not changed.
It's not changed. That's the thing. And it was never supposed to be New or Old Testament. It's all one big book.
Yeah, it's just one book.
But when it came to messing with our minds, they brought in this new concept of new and old. So then you look at the new and say, well, the old is done away with, so let's focus on the new. But it's all one book. You cannot understand the new until you understand the old.
So the Old Testament. When I look at the Old Testament, it's like the planet's like.
You said you don't have long left, so I feel like if you go into that topic, we're not going to be able to tell you why.
Just to say that, so this book here came out from between the Apocrypha, the hidden books. It's got 14 books in it. It came out from the middle. They took it out from the middle of the Bible because it links.
You got to spell them.
No, it links the old with the new.
Okay.
Right. So if you don't understand this, if you don't read this, you won't understand the New Testament.
Can I get one of them?
You can. It's
Online,
like £10
Amazon.
on eBay. On Amazon, sorry. So basically, that red book is the history of the Greek Empire when we were enslaved under the Greeks. So when you get to the New Testament and you read, there's no Jew or Greek. Why is it saying Greek when we were under the Roman captivity? Because the Israelites were under the Greek captivity.
And the Old Testament doesn't talk about the Greek captivity.
No, the Old Testament prophesies about the Greek captivity,
but you don't see
anything written about it. Whereas when you get the Apocrypha, you read about it, and that's when you can understand why it says there's no Jew or Greek.
So is that why the names changed to Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, Peter, Simon? Because those are like the European names. Those were transliterations.
Mattathias is Matthew.
Mattathias would be Matthew. Yeah. So it's like
Mattathias and Thaddeus. They
Yeah.
But the rest of them, Thomas, is a European names.
Yeah. But you can find the original names by just translating it. Yeah.
So let's
Right. So this is Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Do you know who Moses is speaking to in the?
No. Tell me.
It's to the Israelites.
Right, okay.
That's who he's speaking to, right? Good.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1.
Yeah, 28:1.
And it shall come to pass that if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments,
Right.
which I command.
You should go to 29:1 to show who he's actually speaking to. Deuteronomy 29 and verse 1. These are the words.
These are the words, Deuteronomy 29 verse 1, these are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel.
So these are the words that the Most High made with the children of Israel through Moses. So this is talking to the Israelites. I'm going to show you why we say it's us. We definitely believe it's us, but I'm going to show you why. Now, 28 and 15.
But it shall come to pass, 28 and verse 15, and it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Hearken means to listen. That's a good question. Okay, very good question. I like that. Go on.
Hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I commanded this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So this is the contract now. Here's the commandments. If you keep the commandments, when you read verse 1 to 15, it's blessings. From 16 all the way to 68, it's curses. So if you don't obey, there's a curse that's going to happen to you. Now, we're going to read some of those curses, and then we can look geographically who that fits. Because if the Chinese man read the curses, and we can see that it's happened to them, that means they're the Israelites. If the white man reads the curses and he sees that that's happening to him, he's the Israelites. So if we read it and we see that it's happening to us, that means we are the Israelites, right? Go to 37.
It's the book of Deuteronomy 28 verse 37. And thou shalt be an astonishment.
Salakia.
I'll read 36 verse.
Yeah, go on.
The Lord shall, and Deuteronomy 28 and 36, and the Lord shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
Right.
And there shalt thou serve other gods.
So wherever we're going to be taken, we're going to be serving other gods, even wood and stone. Wood represents what? The Christianity cross. The stone represents what? The Kaaba stone, Islam. These are the two major religions our people are in. Right? So we're not preaching any of those things. We're preaching you coming back to the Lord and actually keeping his commandments. Right? Go to
So this is why
45.
This is why those people of colour are all over the show.
This is
Not
why
people
we
of
got
colour.
all religions.
Not people of color.
Not just people, because Hamites, the real Africans, they're also colored. They're also got same skin tone as us, but we're not the same people. Just like Japanese and Chinese, they look the same, right? They're not the same people.
You know, I'm saying that's why we're feeling the fire, man.
Yes, because we are actually God's chosen people, and we've disobeyed His laws. So because we did that, He's punishing
ancestors.
us. Our ancestors did. Go, Salakia, hold 45. Can you go to Amos 3 and 1?
Sis, can you either step to the right or to the left? It's all right.
Can you go to Amos 3 and
He
1?
said he scattered us to the four corners of
Amos
the
3 and
earth.
1.
He said that you will regather us again
He will gather us again
when we turn back.
when we turn back to Him.
Was it different gods?
No, it's the same God.
Is it same
God doesn't
God?
change.
The God of Abraham,
Amos
Isaac,
3 and 1. Listen to this. The brother is going to bring out this verse. Then we're going to go back to Deuteronomy 28 to show you a few of these curses.
Amos 3 and 1.
Amos 3 and verse 1. Come on.
It's book of Amos, chapter 3.
Are you going to read the cannibal one?
Hey?
Are you going to read the cannibal one?
Nah.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 1.
Go on.
Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O house, O children of Israel.
Children of who?
Israel.
So this is the Most High speaking to the children of Israel.
Against the whole family which I brought up out of the land of Egypt, saying,
Saying,
only you,
what?
only you have I known of all the families of the earth.
Therefore what?
Therefore I will punish you.
No, I will punish everybody.
I will punish you for
what?
all your iniquities.
Only He knows only us. That's why we're the ones going through it on this earth.
So we're catching hell.
That's why we're catching hell.
Yeah,
it's like imagine you got your kids. That's why they don't want to tell you who you are. It's like go to Psalm
Are you
83.
local? Do you live local? I want to come and meet. How far are you from here?
I live in Warrington, but I'm always in Manchester.
Right, because I want to meet up with you sometime.
Most definitely, we can do
Are
that.
you?
We can do that. I'm gonna give you a flyer, but I'm gonna write my number on it.
Get the Bible yourself and read it chapter there. What is this? What is it?
No, you know what? I'm still in the African spirituality.
Brother, I'm happy to meet up with you and go over it.
Yeah,
It's not
I'm
an
in
issue.
the African spirituality.
Okay, it's not an issue.
Yeah.
I've done that with there was a Jehovah.
Ran Nephilim, I don't know if you're Ran Nephilim.
No.
Yeah,
I know an elder who's basically like you. He's in the Jehovah Witness though, but
Yeah,
he
I
had a
don't
lot
do
of
Jehovah's
questions.
Witness, yeah.
But I've met up with him a couple of times. We've gone through the Bible. He still believes what he believes, but he's starting to see what we're saying. So like, I'm happy to do that. It's not a problem for me.
Have you got number?
Yeah, definitely.
I'll keep meet with you as well,
I
brother.
have one.
Yeah, now I'm just down the road anyway.
Go on, sis.
So, all right.
What's your number?
It's
You've been
47
scattered abroad.
490. Oh, so like
You've been scattered
I
abroad.
can edit it. I can edit it. I can edit it.
Yeah?
I'll edit.
We've been scattered abroad the four corners of the earth, yeah?
Yeah.
And now, our
It's Benaiah.
were raped and have the children
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
Caucasian.
That's right.
So what we say about those, are they not?
So
And the blood is mixed, so what do we say about those?
the blood isn't mixed. This concept of being mixed, that's been invented. The Bible said you go by who your father is. Go to Ezra 2 and 59.
So we're counting those as Israelites.
If your father goes back to Israel, yes. If your mother goes back to Israel and your father goes back to an Egyptian or an Edomite, that means guess what? You're an Egyptian, you're an Edomite. Because think about it, the father is the one with the seed. Not to be rude, but the woman is essentially the soil. The man plants the seed, the woman waters it, she looks after it, she nurtures it, and then she brings out the fruit. The man plants the seed. It's just like if I plant a seed today, an apple seed here. It's an apple tree that's gonna grow. If I go and plant that same seed in China, what's gonna grow? Ezra 2 and 59. What's gonna grow? If I plant the same seed, apple seed in China, what's gonna grow? Apple. It's just gonna look a bit differently.
If it's a jacket planting seed into.
I thought a female was the lineage.
No, it's the man.
That's what I'm
In
saying.
Africa, it's a female.
No, in the Bible, it's the man. Go on, sis, you were saying something.
Yeah, but in the Bible, the female's been pushed out of it.
No, we need the women to bring up children. Don't get that twisted.
The Bible,
The woman needs to be back on top.
No, brother.
The woman needs to be.
That's not not the way God ordained it. It's Salakia, hold that. I beg you. Go to 1 Corinthians 11.
African
Listen to this. 1 Corinthians 11.
We all the women.
We're going to come back to that.
Missing from the
1 Corinthians 11:3. No, brother. You got it all twisted. Listen to what God said. Listen to what God said. 1 Corinthians 11:3.
it's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 3.
Go on.
But I would have you know
Right.
that the head of every man is Christ.
The head of every man is Christ. Do you agree?
Head of every
The
man.
head of every man is Jesus Christ. He's our head. He's above
I
us.
say I'm a Christian.
That's fine. That's fine. The Bible believes. The Bible says the head of every man.
No,
You don't have to believe it, but that's the truth, though. That's the real.
The head of the woman is the man,
Go on.
and the head of the church of Christ is God.
And the head of Christ is God. So we're above the women. That's why God ordained it.
Okay,
The man is under Christ.
Let me just say one more. Oh, let me put another way.
But you didn't even. Are you leaving? Are you leaving?
I've got to go.
But I wanted to show you about slavery.
Yeah, I've got to go.
I wanted to show you about slavery
Yeah.
real quick.
Yeah,
let's
go on then, quick.
Let's go 68. Go 68. Babakasha. Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
No.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68.
Go on.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with
So,
ships.
Do you know what the Israelites were doing in Egypt? Do you know what the Israelites were doing in Egypt?
tell me.
They were in slavery under the Egyptians.
Yeah.
Right? So when God said, if you don't obey my commandment, we were going to read some of the curses.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It said one of those curses is, I'm going to bring you back into Egypt. What do you think he means by that? Because the Israelites, they never went
into slavery.
into slavery again, right?
yeah.
But let's see how. Read that from the top again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again
With what?
with ships.
With what?
With ships.
On a bus?
With ships.
With ships. Who went into slavery or bondage on slave ships?
Black people.
Exactly. But the Mosiah is speaking to who? Who is Moses speaking to?
He's speaking to Israelites.
The Israelites. But we know it's happened to us.
Yeah.
So who does that make us?
That makes us the ones that have been.
Yeah, but who is Moses speaking to?
It's us.
So who is that? Who does that make
Israelites.
us? We're the Israelites.
I hear that. But do you know? I have a problem with what's in the Bible. What we read in the Bible, I think it's the same people in power that are line it all.
That's what they want you to think. Bro. This is your book.
They have dabbled with some of it.
They dabble with it without a doubt.
Don't worry.
They've-
Listen to this.
They've,
Mary Magdalene was a woman amongst the disciples. She was a disciple.
yeah.
And it's not causing anything. And don't forget, we use the Bible to put us into slavery, but we use the Bible to even come out of that.
To do what?
They use the Bible to bring us into slavery, didn't they?
Well, they use the Bible to indoctrinate us.
Yes. And
So
we-
technically, yeah, to enslave us.
We use the Bible to say, well, look, all men counted equal. We use the Bible to show them who they are. As well.
Well, nowadays, we're using the Bible to show who we really are and who they are. Listen to this, Revelation 2 and 26.
The book of Revelation chapter 2 and verse 26.
Go on.
And he that overcometh
This is Christ speaking.
And keepeth my
"He that-"
works.
Are you listening, sis?
1 minute. I'm coming from a plant. Let me go and just tell him. Come on.
Okay.
I'm still coming from a plant.
Give me Isaiah 1 and 16. Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 16. How you doing, family? Do you believe in the Bible, uncle? Do you believe in the Bible? Do you believe in the Bible? Can I ask you, who did Christ come for? Who did Jesus Christ? Who did he come to die for? Who's us? What about the people that put us in slavery? Did he come to die for them too? Can we show you a verse?
she's taking him away.
Of course she is. She's got his balls in her purse. in that little black bag.
In that wig.
She's like tapping her head like, hey, you keep moving, I'm gonna squash him up here. No. Oh wow.
It's like, hey, I need to go and buy.
Right.
Hurry up.
Like sis, he's like, darling, take it easy. Go on, Isaiah 1 and
So book of Isaiah chapter 1 verse 16.
Go on.
Wash you, make you clean.
Make you what?
Clean.
Go on.
Put away the evil of your doings
That's what, go on, sorry, it's like.
from before my eyes. Cease to do evil.
Right? So that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to wash ourselves and make us clean. To put away the evil of our doing. How do we wash ourselves though? Give me Psalms 119 and verse 9.
So book of Psalms, chapter 119,
Right?
and verse 9.
And verse 9, go on.
Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his ways.
So how are we supposed to cleanse our way? How do we do that? Go on.
By taking heed.
No, by just hearing.
By taking heed thereto according to thy word.
According to the word of the Lord. That's how we wash ourselves. Did you know that, family? Did you know that we're supposed to wash ourselves to make us clean? Listen to this verse. Read that again. Listen to this.
Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his ways.
How can someone cleanse their way? By doing what?
By taking heed thereto according to thy word.
By taking what?
taking heed thereto according to thy word.
By listening to the commandments of the Lord. That's how we wash ourselves and make our clean. Right? Go to John 8 and 11. Baba Kasha.
So book of John chapter 8 verse 11. She said, no man, Lord. And Jesus said unto her,
Right.
neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more.
How you doing, family? Did you know that Christ commanded us to go and sin no more?
Yeah.
So what is sin?
It's in the heart.
No, what is sin? What is it?
Sin is if you're one thing you want.
No, a sin is when you break God's commandments. Like today is the Sabbath day, you're not supposed to buy. See that? Brother don't want to listen.
That wicked Edomite using his walking trolley to buy beer and that. Got beer in a little pouch in front.
How you doing, sis? Did you know that Christ told us not to go and sin no more? Have you heard that before? So what is sin? So what is sin? Well, what if someone brought me up to know that it's okay for me to have sex with multiple women? Does that mean it's okay? Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to show you. Like, just because but what I'm trying to show you is just because you've been brought up into something, yes, Terry, just because you've been brought up into something doesn't mean it's right. Like, we know that sin is when you break God's commandments. So if I was to say you sis,
Why, what, you Christian?
what?
Yes, I do teach.
That's idolatry. You're in idolatry. She's her own God.
Why, what, so being your own God?
That means you worship yourself.
No, but...
That's being your own God. You do what you want. What you feel,
What does it
that's
teach
what you do.
in African spirituality? What does it teach? What have you learned from it?
What have I learned from it? I am God.
Yeah.
I am my
You're
I am
a God.
Are you the Almighty
little
God?
no, not the Almighty. If I'm his child, I have little aspects of the divine.
Yeah, but you're going to die like a man now. You know that? You're going to die like a man.
Are you sure?
Yes, because you break God's commandments.
Speak to you like speak love.
Did you know that, family? That Christ told us to go and sin no more. So my question is, what is sin?
He said, whoa.
Sin is breaking God's commandments, brother. So when you break the Sabbath day, which is today, you're in sin. Did you buy today? See that? So like, give me Matthew 11 and verse 5. I've got a couple more and then I'm gonna pack it.
The book of Matthew chapter 11 and verse 5.
Go on.
The blind receive their sight and the lame walk. The lepers are cleansed and the deaf hear.
Go on.
The dead are raised up and the poor have gospel preached to them.
The poor have the gospel preached to them. That's who we're preaching the gospel to, the poor, right? That's who requires this gospel, man. The poor in spirit, the poor in heart, the people that's been broken down from generation to generation, right? Give me Luke 12 and verse 2. You okay? No.
It's the book of Luke chapter 12 and verse 2.
Go on.
For there is nothing covered that shall be revealed, that shall not be revealed.
Right.
Neither hid that shall not be known.
Everything's gonna come to the light eventually. It doesn't matter what deed you've done, whether you think the Most High's not seen it because it was dark. It's all gonna come to light if you don't repent. Right? Let me get a couple more. Give me Nahum 1 and 2. And then finish it off with Romans 12.
It's the book of Nahum chapter 1 verse 2.
Go on.
God is jealous and the Lord revengeth. The Lord revengeth and is furious. The Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries.
Right. The Most High will take vengeance on his adversaries. The people that are against his own people. Right? That's who the Lord is going to take vengeance to.
And he reserveth wrath for his enemies.
That's right. Let's read that again. Listen to this, sis. Because you said about loving everybody who's your enemy, literally everyone, to love them.
No, I didn't say that. Christ said love your enemies, as he said.
Yeah, but that's why I asked you, who's that enemy?
Christ said that.
Yeah, he did say that. Now I'm asking you, who's the enemy? that he's referring
Well,
to?
it's the same thing that you can say love your neighbor as well. So who's your neighbor? Your
Let's
neighbor's
read
not-
it.
Your
Let's
neighbor's
read
not
it.
the one who just lives next door to you.
Your neighbor is your own people.
It's not the one who lives next door to
It's
you.
your own people.
Your neighbor is universal.
No, it's not, sis. Let's read that. Go to Leviticus 19. It's not, sis. See, this is good. That's why we're out here. We're out here to show our people because we love our people and we've been studying. So there's a reason why we're out here with the signs and with the Bible in our hands because we want to show you what the Bible actually says. Because a lot of our people have been mistaught. You've been misled from generation to generation to generation. 19 and start at 17. Leviticus.
So book of Leviticus chapter 19 verse 17.
Go on.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart.
So you're not supposed to hate your own brother and your sister in your heart. Go on.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
So I'm supposed to rebuke you. If I see you doing something wrong, like for example, you just want to bought that today, that is sin.
Oh yes.
So you're not supposed to buy and
Why
sell
you never
today.
tell me before we go out there? So
We were going to, but you ran.
I choose she's my mama.
But you ran.
No, but she's my mother. Me say let me go support her. Nobody.
That's fine. That's fine. But
But
why?
at the end of the day, the Sabbath is made for man, and God will forgive you.
Oh,
That's not what that means. That's not what that means. But that's a different topic. Keep reading. So I'm supposed to
God
tell
will
you.
see the good deed I've tried to do for that lady.
I mean,
What's that about?
yeah.
she's not dying. She's not dying. She's not ill.
Right.
She's out here selling on the Sabbath day.
So she shouldn't be doing that anyway. But so that's not the point. The point is you're not supposed to. You're supposed to rebuke.
Yeah, you know.
That's fine. That's what you got repentance for. That's why we got Christ.
See these?
If you had these,
You might
it will
remember.
remind you. Fringes. That's why God told us to put on the bottom of our garments. It's to remind us to keep the commandments. So when you don't have fringes on, it's easy to forget that you can go out and do what you want. So go on, read that again.
I'm usually in my other.
Come listen to this, sis.
You're right, sis.
Because we're
usually in my house or rest.
what's your name, sis?
It's Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. We're speaking to the sister about loving your enemy because Christ said to love your enemy,
yes,
and we
and pray
agree.
for them.
And pray for them that hate you. But we're gonna show you who your enemy really is, right? Because according to the Bible, the enemy that Christ is speaking about, he's speaking about the enemy of our own people.
Yes.
For example, we have the young guys called today the ops. I don't know if you heard that term before.
Yeah.
My ops, meaning my enemy.
My enemy,
But
yeah.
that ops is his own brother. So Christ is telling us to love each other first, right? We're
We
supposed to
love
love
them, but not close with them.
we our brothers.
Yeah.
We don't love each other. Because think about it, who are mostly in the gangs? Who are stabbing each
pray
other
for
up?
them, we love them. But if if we're in the same house, yeah. But if we're different, but just pray. And then if you come, every time you come to them and
Right.
there's a trouble, just pray for them,
Yeah.
you know. Ask God to save
Always
them.
always ask God for that.
Because the people that died, this is what I was correcting people. When somebody died, they said, may her or his soul rest in peace. I said, the dead people doesn't have soul. We
That's
have
true.
soul.
That's true. Because the
If
soul goes
somebody
back to the
died,
Most
say,
High.
may he or them, she rest in peace.
Right.
Not may their soul rest in peace.
Right.
It's we that are supposed to pray. We pray for ourselves. May our brothers and sisters have.
I agree with you, sis.
May their
I agree with you, sis. Let's
Who you're saying that you should love?
well, who you're not supposed to love, or who she is supposed to love.
Oh, you're not supposed to love?
Who you're supposed to love is your own people.
Yeah. Who are you not supposed to love?
All the other nations.
Okay.
But again, we're supposed to live peaceably among all men.
Yeah.
Like we read that
Pray for them.
earlier.
But
We
don't
can
love
live
them.
peaceably among all men.
Yeah.
But
So
you're
what-
supposed to prefer your own people
The
first.
thing is, what do you think?
what love is?
What do you think love is? I
That's
was just
what
about to
Christ
ask
said.
you.
Because I was trying to find out what it is by saying that.
We're gonna show you.
What is love then?
We're gonna show you what it says.
Love means that you don't have no badness against anybody. You don't have no bad thoughts.
No evil
Yeah,
thoughts.
anybody.
Yeah, that's what this is going into.
Yeah.
That's what this is going into.
No bad
Go on, you got
I'm
that?
saying I don't have no bad thoughts towards
Leviticus.
common.
Oh, we want
you know,
Leviticus 19, yeah?
Yeah, finish that off.
Right.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19.
They're ignorant.
Listen to
But
this.
the hierarchy ones who know that the plan.
Book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 17.
Listen to this, sis.
Thou shalt not hate.
Leviticus.
Oh, Leviticus.
Yeah, chapter 19 and verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart.
Right.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
So if I see you doing a sin that I know is against God, I'm supposed to correct you.
Yes.
That's what rebuking your brother is.
and not suffer sin.
No, you tell them them that you're doing something wrong. Like for example, sis,
Yeah.
you're my sister.
Yeah.
You bought that today, right?
Yeah.
You broke the Sabbath day. You
Yeah.
shouldn't be buying today. Today's a Sabbath day.
Well, I'm not Sabbath.
Today is a Sabbath day.
Yeah.
No, I'm not Sabbath. It's Sunday.
Saturday.
Sunday.
It's Sunday. Saturday, I'll do my shopping.
What's the first day of the week?
What's the first day?
It's Sunday.
Sunday is the
Exactly.
first day of the
What
week.
day is the
Yeah.
seventh day of the week?
So what day did the Lord say to make holy?
Sabbath.
The seventh day.
Yeah, yeah.
So
the
which-
seventh day.
so what day is the
Sunday,
seventh?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Yeah.
Thursday,
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday.
It is
Yes.
a Saturday.
So
It is
Saturday.
The
Saturday.
Romans made it Sunday because they wanted to worship the sun god.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You see that? The system
So
points.
Saturday is a
Sunday, I don't do anything. I don't visit anybody.
But
Saturday is
Saturday-
supposed to be that day.
Worship the sun god.
Saturday
is supposed
is
to be
the
that day.
Sabbath day.
Yes.
25th
Saturday.
25th of December, the sun god's birthday.
Saturday is the seventh day.
Yeah, it's the seventh day.
From
Sabbath.
sundown on Friday to sundown on Saturday is
That's
a
the
Sabbath
Sabbath day. So that's the day you're supposed to rest and not
Yeah,
do your
I'm-
shopping.
I'm
I usually
resting.
rest, but for
Yeah, but
some-
you just bought today,
Yeah, I
sis.
got
get
this.
that.
This is my
What's
grace.
That's
What
not
verse is
buying.
it?
What's that?
Yeah,
Thou shalt not
well, I
buy.
don't-
If you didn't know,
It's
you know
Exodus
now. But sometimes
31, I think.
Not everybody knows everything.
It's like, yeah, you not finished that. Do you mind finishing that?
Yeah, I'll go to
No, no Saturday. Yeah.
I know that the changes.
I know
everything.
Sabbath day, Saturday.
Even the
yes.
month,
This is-
even the month
Are you
of the
guys
year,
what?
they've
Well,
changed
you
it.
what?
We had the true Christians that follow the
That's right.
commandments.
We actually keep God's
No,
commandment.
what church is that?
Church of God.
We're the Israelites.
We follow God's commandments.
Yeah, Church of God. I know.
We're the
Church of
Israelites.
God.
We're not.
It's not
We don't. So if you want to know our church, it's called we're Watchmen for Israel. So we're the watchmen for the nation of Israel. The real Israelites, that's us. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. The people that's been taken into slavery on slave ships.
Yeah,
We are the
The
descendants.
church that was in the wilderness. That's who we are.
Well, it's Sabbath day. Well,
Today is the Sabbath.
Yeah,
That's why we're out here teaching our people about the Bible.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to buy today on the
If you're going
Sabbath.
to tell about Sabbath, why don't you tell about the months of the year?
Yeah.
I mean that's a
Which is the beginning of the month of the year.
that's even a bigger topic. Like listen to this. Let's finish
Leviticus
this.
19 and verse 17. Thou
What?
shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart.
Right.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
So I'm not supposed to see you in sin and not say nothing. I'm supposed to see you sin and I tell you, sis, that's sin. Go on.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Against the children of what?
Of thy people.
Because first it said your brother, then it said your neighbor. Now it says what? The children,
of thy people.
Keep reading.
But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Now it says neighbor, Salakia. So
Yeah.
thou shalt love thy
it said
neighbor as
neighbor in the first- in the last
okay,
verse.
okay. All praises. So it said
Love
it's
your
letting you
neighbor
know.
as you love Christ and as you love yourself.
What's that letting you know though? Your neighbor,
Is
your
your brother.
brother,
Yeah.
the children of your people. That's the people that you're supposed to love. Now go to Micah 2 and 8, Baba Kosha.
So book
Micah
of
2 and 8.
Micah, chapter 2 and verse 8.
Come. And then we're gonna get Exodus 30.
Even of late my people is risen up as an enemy.
As a what?
As an enemy.
Read that from the top again.
Even
as the-
of late
Uh-huh.
my people is risen up as an enemy.
This is Micah speaking. His own people.
Is it Saint Michael? What-
Micah.
Micah,
Son's name,
That's a beautiful
Micah.
name. That's a beautiful name. So Micah's letting us know even his own people have become what? His enemy. So when you read Matthew 5, that's who Christ is speaking about when he says love thy enemy. He's not talking about loving every single nation on earth. Else,
M-I-C-H-A, right?
Yeah.
Oh, your enemy.
else why,
Why is the people that love Christ his enemy?
M-I-C-A-H.
because when you're coming against their
Yeah.
doctrine, when you're coming against the things that they love, like for example, if
Why
I,
is the people
And
know
verse
Mike his
8.
enemy? Why, what did they do?
because they're against what he's teaching.
Okay.
Just like we're teaching about the commandments of God. A lot of our people, they're in Christianity. Or some of our people are Jehovah's
I
Witnesses.
said-
When we go and speak to them,
I-
they hate us. It's like they don't want to speak to us. We're literally their enemies.
Micah
You know,
2 and 8.
that's the
yeah?
people God said.
Micah 2 and 8.
Because
Mike.
it causes cancer in your heart.
Yeah,
and in
two.
your
Well,
flesh.
that doesn't mean it doesn't. Okay,
2
just
and 8.
you're just not supposed to love them.
Okay,
That's
I
all.
was on-
You don't have to hate them, but
3.
don't choose them over your own people.
Okay.
Well,
As for you,
That's the
as
problem.
for
you're talking something
you
different there
have
now. Of
become
course not. But I'm just saying.
haters.
The reason.
No, that's, if you're saying that, say that.
Who were-
Okay.
No, don't say
Okay. Because God hates them. Then.
Obviously, you're going
Those
to choose
who
your...
are-
I'm just saying.
God hates them.
were
So do you think if God hates them, are we okay
God
to hate
doesn't
them?
everybody. God doesn't hate everybody. I am
God-
not. Yeah, could be
No, God
confusing.
doesn't hate us. So.
God
We
hates
read,
the
we read
Edomites.
2 verses for you.
Do you know who the Edomites are? Do
People, hypocrite people.
you know who the Edomites are?
No.
The so-called white man today. The Caucasians. They're the Edomites. God hates them.
All of them, even
But it's-
All of them.
Isaiah chapter
Even the
40.
babies.
French.
Even the babies that said Google Gaga that have not spoken, God
French
hates
and
them.
The French and the Greeks. The French.
All of them, all the Edomites. That we read that earlier, sis. It says the people whom the Lord
Oh, the
have indignation.
Europeans.
The European nations.
I thought they
All
were-
of them.
I thought they were.
Before they were Japhites.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to think that as well. But when you look into history, Esau took over that land and then became that land now. That's right. Are you getting something?
Wow.
Bless them.
Come on, let's you get that and then what did I get you? What did I call out?
Nothing. Just call
Revelation 22
Yeah.
and 26.
That first verse. The first
Right.
verse that
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 10.
Okay.
That's a dagger.
He that leadeth into
No,
captivity.
start at 9. Start at 9.
Start at 9.
Yeah.
If any man have an ear, let him hear.
So if you got understanding, understand this, because everyone's got ears. So it's not literally talking about actual ears. So
This
if
is-
you got understanding, listen to this.
And this is about God loving all people, right?
Right. If he loves all people, then why is this? Go on.
He that leadeth,
I know it doesn't go well.
he that leadeth into captivity.
Which one?
Revelation
Chapter 13.
13.
It's like it. And after this,
And verse
I want
9.
you to go to Psalms 119. Sorry, Psalms 139 and 19.
Revelation 13.
About hating.
Yeah, and verse 9.
Okay, Revelation 39.
If any man have an ear, let him hear.
Yeah, it's
Go on.
a short one.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Who led us into captivity? Captivity is slavery.
What Bible are you reading?
European.
KJV at
James.
the moment.
Okay, I'm on
The Europeans, right?
the other one.
Says who led us into slavery? What people took us in slavery?
Where are you from?
The white people,
The white people. Where
Where you from, sis?
Sierra Leone.
Sierra
Okay,
Leone, all
she would know
praises.
about it, yeah.
So white people did that.
Kunta,
Kunta
yeah,
Kinte.
yeah.
What was his name? What was his name afterwards? Toby.
Toby.
See
Mandinka.
that?
Maningo, yeah.
My dad's from Mandinka tribe. Yeah.
My dad is from Fula tribe.
Fuller tribe. All praises. You're an Israelite. We're
Yes.
God's chosen people.
Yes.
That's what we're out here to show our people who we are according to the Bible. We're not black. We're not Sierra Leonean. We're not Ivorian. We're not Trinidadian. We're not Jamaican.
Not
We're
Barbadian.
not Barbadian or whatever. These are names that the colonizers give us. According to the Bible, we are the Israelites. We're God's chosen people.
I'm from the tribe of Levi.
You are from the tribe of
The
Levi.
first one that we read, that shall
Thou
not be
sayest.
able.
Leviticus 17.
Leviticus.
19.
19,
Yeah, it was
17.
19.
19 and 17.
Yes, like it.
This one we're reading now is
those are the Bible that I like to read and relax.
They're the laws.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like to, and I read them.
So if you read the laws, you have to keep the laws.
yeah, sis. This is a flyer.
You should,
Okay,
you should
okay.
calm down.
There's a few verses.
Should have, yeah, you're right.
That you can
Okay.
look in your Bible.
You're right. You're right.
Honest to God.
Meet her during the week from now on.
Eh?
And buy her off her during the week.
I think I might have broken it before.
I can find it.
For some reason today.
Right.
What are you looking for?
Leviticus.
It happens. The Bible says, in the time of your ignorance, when you're sinning in your ignorance, God winks at it.
19,
And
So the Most High winks. He doesn't impute the sin onto you. But when you know, and you're instead of trying to stop the sin, you
Willfully
keep doing it.
Not today, I don't know why.
If you forgot, you know.
Even went to the house and they said, why is he not at school today?
Right,
Yeah,
right.
even if you forget, because sometimes you forget,
You
innit?
do,
That's
you
what
do.
grace is about.
That's exactly what grace is for. That's what Christ actually came to die for. Christ
Right.
didn't come for you to continue sinning and do what you want.
Yeah. So he that leadeth into captivity,
He that takes us a people into slavery,
Yeah.
he shall go into captivity.
they must also go into
He
slavery.
that killeth with the sword must be killed with the
But
sword.
what if they say sorry?
Must be killed with the sword.
Go on.
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
This is what the saints are waiting for. And the saints, according to the Bible, that's us. That's what we're waiting for right now. We're not going up against the white man, against the Caucasian European nation.
Don't fight.
I don't want to fight none of it.
Against
Principalities.
flesh and blood. We fight against principalities.
I agree with you. I agree with you. So that's why we're not taking up arms to nobody. We're gonna speak to them, like we're gonna be cordial with everybody. But we know that God said this is gonna happen to them. That's what we know, right? Now I want to read about hating. Go to
I
Psalms
hear what you say.
119. So like at 139.
Oh yes, I read that one.
Say?